All right, this week, as promised, finally, we are going to move on from bidding and we are going to talk about card play. And we'll be talking about card play for several weeks. You might remember when I was telling you about Larry Cohen being at this year's World Championships and commenting. Two world-class experts in separate events forgot their conventions in bidding for disastrous results. We're going to be looking at the Rodwell files, and he has something to say about that as well. He says, this is a book about card play and bridge, which is a vast subject. Some of the concepts will be advanced and we won't cover all of them. But he says, while far too many players get hung up in the fascination of bidding conventions, the game is usually won or lost in the card play, not the auction. So, card play is an essential part of our game and something we all enjoy a lot more than bidding typically. So we're going to start with the absolute, we'll follow his book, at least through the first portions of it, and starting with basic building blocks. And they will seem easy to you at first, but you really need to get them under your belt and continue to think about them. My partner and I were practicing this weekend, and I made a play after which he said, I hope you feel better soon. I mean, this can happen to anyone, you know. You get confused and when you're playing cards. So just bear with me while we go over some of the basics and we'll build on them. The first thing I want to talk about is cashing solid tricks. And we know that when we're cashing solid tricks, I think I know what I'm talking about here. I don't need that anymore. When we're cashing solid tricks, we always start with the high card from which side? Do you remember? The short side. We start with the high card from the short side first to unblock for the rest of our tricks. If we started here and then cross to our king, we have to find a way back to the other hand. So start with the high card from the short side. Then you also need to pay attention when you have a hand that looks something like this. Same idea. Sometimes we get confused because all the cards are big, but it's the same unblocking concept. We need to play the high card from the short side. Remember to look and see the values of your cards, and if they're equal, pay attention to how you maintain your communication between the hands. So high cards from the short side, pay attention, don't block yourself accidentally. Then we can also use our high cards. Sometimes we have all the high cards, lots and lots of high cards, like this, and the rest, whatever they are. Lots, we have all the high cards. We'll put some over here just for the sake of this argument. All right, when we have all the high cards, we can use them for transportation. Say that the rest of our hand, there's nothing else in dummy. I'll just put some cards over there. 5, there's nothing there. But we have things we want to do in declarer's hand. Let's say we have ace, queen, jack of this suit. I don't know. This is a good hand over here. And some cards. All right, so you can see we need to take finesses in these suits. So sometimes what we like to do is run our high cards, then we take this finesse and it works. Oh. Well, we can't get back there to run it again. So we have several things to do with this hand. So we want to be careful. We may even overtake the king with the ace to make sure we have just plenty of trips over there. And the very first time we're there, run this finesse. And the next time we're there, run the finesse again if it works. And then the next time we're there, run this finesse. And then complete running the suit. So that's something you need to pay attention to when you have all the cards. The temptation is to play that beautiful suit and then wonder, what's my next step? So think ahead when you're using this for your communication back and forth. Think about unblocking your hands, and in a shorter version, we'll just finish with this example. Sometimes you have a suit that looks like this. And this is the suit they lead. So as you can see, either side could take 2 tricks. This side could take 2 tricks by winning the ace-queen, or this side could take 2 tricks by overtaking the queen with the king and then having the jack. So when you have suits like this that they lead, use those for your communication between the hand. Which side do you need to finesse? Which hand do you want to be in? So think ahead rather than just automatically playing a card every time you have cashing tricks in a suit. All right? We'll go from there.